Life is a cruel taskmaster. Either you master it or it master you. The man with faith takes from life whatever he wants and take it on his own time. But the man with fear takes whatever he can get from life and take it at devil's time. He who allows fear to overwhelm him resembles a fly that has been caught in a spider's web. He may struggle, but he cannot get out. Each move he makes entangles him more securely. Fear is not in the air, but fear is in the mind of him that breathes in the air. Welcome to Success Digest, where we analyze and discuss those requirements needed for your financial independence and for you to live a life of abundance. My name is Kayode Enrighton, the publisher of Success Digest video series, together with the journals, and the CEO, Kenneth Consult Limited, a financial service firm that is based in London. I'm discussing with you today on the topic fear versus faith. Fear versus faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Faith is to believe that what is sought is accomplished in order to accomplish it. The belief that the desire has already been fulfilled, its accomplishment will then follow. This is making use of creative power of thought. Fear is opposite of faith. It is a distress or alarm caused by impending danger or pain. It is something that causes distress. It is to be afraid of something or someone. This discussion will focus on the fear of failure. Fear is a seed of negative thinking planted by yourself into your consciousness, telling you why you cannot accomplish what you sought in life, or the seed of negative thinking that you allow someone else to plant into your consciousness and subsequently into your subconsciousness. Consciousness first and then into subconsciousness when it crystallizes into hypnotic reading. I'm going to share some principles with you, and they are that number one, the only one thing that human being has complete control is his power to think. The next one is that your brain is a receiving set that can be attuned to receive communications from the universal storehouse of infinite intelligence to help you transmute your desire into their physical equivalent. The third one is that your greatest asset is time, and it is one thing which you own outright. Therefore, budget it so that none of it is wasted. Fear is generally the filler with which the devil occupies the unused portion of your mind. It is a state of mind and which you can control by filling the space it occupies with faith in your ability to make life provide you with whatever you demand of it. It is your right to prosper. Therefore, do not beg for it. Rather, demand what you want and insist upon getting exactly that with no substitute. The number 6 is be careful of what dominates your thought. Your dominating thought attracts through a deafening law of nature by the shortest and the most convenient route, their physical counterpart. Life is a cruel taskmaster, I repeat. Either you master it or it master you. There's no halfway or compromising point. Therefore, never accept from life anything you do not want. If that which you do not want is temporarily forced upon you, refuse it in your own mind, and it will make way for the things that you want. Lastly, be definite in everything that you do, and never leave unfinished thoughts in the mind. Therefore, form a bit of reaching definite decision on all subjects. Protection against failure lies within every human being who has a normal body and a sound mind. The above principles are our self-defense against failure and poverty in our lives. Decide what you desire or what you want from life. Then create a plan for attaining it and be ready and willing to sacrifice everything else, if necessary, rather than accept any form of permanent defeat. When faced with temporary defeat, which will surely happen, analyze it no matter of what cause or nature it is, and extract from it the seed of an equivalent advantage. Be willing to render useful service equivalent to the value of all material things you demand of life, and render the service first. Let me tell you how you are wired. The cerebrospinal system is the organ of the conscious mind and is the channel through which we receive conscious perception of our 5 physical senses and exercise control over the movement of the body. This system of nerve has its center in the brain. The sympathetic system is the organ of the subconscious and has its center in the ganglionic mass at the back of the stomach, known as the solar plexus, and is the channel of that mental action which unconsciously support the vital functions of the body. Remember, we are 10% conscious and 90% subconscious. Every thought is received by the brain, which is the organ of the conscious. It is here subjected to our power of reasoning. When the objective mind, the conscious, has been satisfied that the thought is true, it is sent to the solar plexus or the brain or the subjective mind, which is the subconscious, to be made into our flesh, to be brought forth into the world as reality. The subconscious mind do not argue, it only acts. It accepts the conclusion of the objective mind as final. This solar plexus has been likened to the sun of the body because it is a central point of distribution for the energy which the body is constantly generating. This energy is very real energy, and this sun is a very real sun, and the energy is being distributed by the very real nerves to all parts of the body, and it's thrown off in an atmosphere which envelops the body. When the solar plexus is in active operation and is radiating life, energy, and vitality to every part of the body and to everyone who it meets, the sensations are pleasant. The body is filled with earth, and all with whom it comes in contact experience a pleasant sensation. Faith is in operation in a situation like this. Faith or believing in yourself and in your God. But if there is interruption of this radiation, the sensations are unpleasant. The flow of life and energy to some part of the body is stopped, and this is the cause of every ill to the human race, physical, mental, or environmental. Our conscious thought then is the master of this sun center from which life and energy of the entire body flows. The quality of the thought which we entertain determines the quality of the thought which this sun will radiate. The character of the thought which our conscious mind entertains will determine the character of the thought which this sun will radiate, and the nature of the thought which our conscious mind entertains will determine the nature of the thought which this sun will radiate, and consequently will determine the nature of the experience which will result in our life, be it faith or be it fear. It is evident, therefore, that all what we have to do is to let our light shine. The more energy we can radiate, the more rapidly shall we be enabled to change undesirable conditions into sources of pleasure and profit to our lives instead of wallowing in fear. Fear corrodes. Pleasant thought expand the solar plexus. Unpleasant thought contracts it. Thought of courage, power, confidence, and hope all produce a corresponding state. But the one enemy of solar plexus, which must be absolutely destroyed before there is any possibility of letting any light shine, is fear. This enemy must be completely destroyed, must be eliminated, must be expelled forever. It is the cloud which hides our sun, which causes a perpetual gloom in one's life. It is this personal devil which makes men to fear the past, to fear the present, and fear the future. They fear themselves, they fear their friends, and fear their enemies. They fear everything and everybody. When fear is effectually and completely destroyed, your light will shine, the cloud will disperse, and you will have found the source of power, the source of energy, and the source of life. When you realize this power and ability to overcome any adverse condition by the power of your thought, you will have nothing to fear. Fear will have been destroyed, and you will have come into the possession of your birthright. It is our attitude of mind towards life which determines the experiences with which we are to meet. If we expect nothing, we will have nothing. But if we demand much, we shall receive the greater portion. The world is harsh only as we fail to assert ourselves. The man who knows and have faith in himself and his ability will be too busy radiating courage, radiating confidence and power. He will anticipate success by his mental attitude. He will pound barriers to pieces and leap over the shams of doubt and hesitation which fear places on his path. Have faith that you can, and have faith in your God. I'm not going to discuss causes of fear as there are many. What I need to say at this junction is their fear can be suppressed and totally eliminated. The first step is knowing the cause of which the effect of that fear comes from. When you correct the cause, the effect will adjust itself. Purify the source and you will have a clean water. That is what Aden W. Sharp of Green Bay, Wisconsin, USA did when he changed his job and changed his mental attitude. For 5 years, Aden was worried, depressed, and became sick. The doctor said that he had stomach ulcer. He was on diet, drinking only milk and eating eggs until he became revolted at the sight of them. Yet, he did not get well. One day, when he read about cancer and perceived that every symptoms that he has, he now became not worried but terrified. The final blow came when the army rejected him as physically unfit, and this was when he was only 24 years old. He was at the end of a rope when he should have been seeing the ray of hope. In desperation, he tried to analyze how he has gotten himself into this terrible condition. This was when it dawned on him that 2 years previously, he had been happy and healthy in his work as a salesman. But wartime shortages forced him to give up his work of selling and take up a job in a factory, a work that he despised. To make matters worse, this put him in a position to associate with a group of negative thinkers who were bitter about everything. To them, nothing was right. They constantly condemned the work and caused the pay. They complained about the hour of work, complained about the boss and everything. It was then he realized that he has unconsciously absorbed their vindictive and destructive attitudes. This made him to realize that his stomach ulcer were probably brought on by his own negative thoughts and bitter emotions. There and then, he decided to go back to the work he liked, which is selling, and to associate with people who thought positively, constructively, and filled with harmonious thoughts. This saves his life, for he now associates with business associates who were progressive thinkers, happy, optimistic men, free from worry and fear. He changed his stomach immediately and he changed his emotion and forgot about having ulcers. I'm stopping here, and if you are interested in discussing further on this topic or any of my previous videos, please feel free to contact us at Kenneth Consult Limited and allow us to discuss with you more enlightenments and ingredients needed for becoming financially independent. We are the financial expert that specializes in financial management. We will invest your fund on financial instruments at the stock exchange and manage it for you thereafter. We also provide training in career and skill development, business and entrepreneurial development, business counseling and mentoring, and this includes youth vocational training. Let us continue to travel together on this journey of success through the path of wisdom. To be informed, to be transformed, and not to be informed is to be deformed. My name still remains Kayode Eniraizon, and I can be reached on 074 279 42000 or 07951 775255. Better still, visit our website kennethconsultlimited.uk. If you are blessed by this video, please subscribe to it, share it and like it. Also, visit our blog on YouTube for more of our videos. Please continue to enjoy your success.
Welcome to Success Digest, where you obtain ingredients for your financial abundance and financial wellness and be fully financially independent. Let us travel together on this our journey of success through the path of wisdom. To be informed is to be transformed, not to be informed is to be deformed. Success Digest leads you to financial independence.